Hi guys, Ali Umalya here. So we will talk about a specific electoral process. So this method of appropriation is called Huntington-Hill method. So it is a way to allocating seats proportionally. So actually this is came from United States of America. So in 1929, which this method is proposed, but it is actually implemented in 1941 while they are waging a war with the Nazis and the Japanese. Never let a crisis go to waste. So this method uses the previous method that they use, which is Webster method. You can find it soon in my channel what is Webster method, but Huntington Hill method uses geometric mean to compute the seats appropriated. So this is how it works. So we have a population of each state or variable for population. Then we will divide it to the seats appropriated. So after that, the answer to the division of population and the seats appropriated, that will be the key to having your quotient of each population in a state or a population per variable. So this 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 quotient, you will divide it with the population of each state. Then the answer of that will be your base. Yes, your base. So you will make a two columns again. So the left one will be lower quotient and the other one is upper quotient. So essentially you are doing is you're rounding off the decimal places. So for the lower quotient, you will assume that it will rounded down. So if it is 4.40, you will round it down to 4. On the other hand, the upper quotient is just an opposite to the lower quotient. So the same example, 4.40. So the upper quotient of that will be 5. You round it up. So upon hearing that, you can compute the geometric mean. So The formula of geometric mean is you times the lower quotient and the upper quotient and square it. You will use square root to get the geometric mean. So for example, 4 4 and times 5 is 20. Then you will square root the 20. That will give you 4.47. So that will be your geometric mean. So the main thing here is that you will compare the answer from the base, the quotient, and the geometric mean. So here's your technique here. If the quotient is higher than the geometric mean, you will add the you will follow the upper quotient provided. So if the geometric mean is higher than the quotient, so you will follow the lower quotient as your appropriated number in a seat in the total. So we will go to the problem solving. So problem 1. So this is quite a interesting problem because we will discuss about the states that borders Mexico. So there are 4 states right there. So the first one is the most famous one, which is California. Then the next one is Arizona, Texas, and New Mexico. These 4 states border with Mexico. So according to my research, the appropriated seats to those states will be totaled 102 as of 2020 according to US Census. So we will show the population there. So the population in California is 39,237,836, while Arizona is 7,226,316, and so on and so forth. So the total of this is 78,107,970. So we will divide it as I explained earlier about the formula. We will divide the total population to the appropriate seats in the House of Representatives or any just appropriate seats. So the answer of that will be 765,764.46 41. So this this number we will divide it with the each population of each state. So if you do that, you will get your base. So in California, you have 51.24, in Arizona 9.44, in Texas 38.56, and New Mexico 2.76. So as I discussed earlier too, you will find your lower quotient and upper quotient. So this is basically using round down and round up to this quotient number. So we will show it now. That so upon seeing these two quotient, the lower quotient and the upper quotient, you can compute the geometric mean. So the formula, as I said, which is square root of lower quotient times upper quotient, then you will get your geometric mean. Then as you can see here, you have your geometric mean. So when you compare the quotient and geometric mean, you can see the patterns, just like I said earlier, that if the quotient is high and the geometric mean is low, you will round it up. You will use the upper quotient, then vice versa. If it is lower than quotient, lower than the geometric mean, if it is than lower if it is the geometric mean is higher than the quotient, then you will use it vice versa. You will use lower quotient. So the answer for this will be, in California, the seats appropriated will be 51 because the quotient is lower than geometric mean. And in Arizona, they will still have 9 because of their quotient and geometric mean their geometric mean is higher than their quotient. So interestingly, in Texas, they gained a seat. So the same idea applies here, that the quotient is higher than the geometric mean. And the same situation in New Mexico, they gained another seat from 2 to 3. So if you total that, you can check it. If it is correct, you will total that and you will get the total appropriated seats, which is 102. So the next one, problem 2. So we have a twist to these states in the Mexico border. So what if Californians get out to their states, most of Californians? So this is a phenomena called the California Exodus. So just like in the Bible, the thing with Moses crossing the Red Sea, that's the Exodus part. So if Californians go outside of their states permanently due to, I don't know, high taxes or their governor in 2020. I don't know. So we will show the hypothetical population on this situation. So here it is. So the same total 78,107,970, and the same quotient that 743,346.24. Then here's gets interesting. The quotient of each state will be quite different, starkly different. So in California, we get 13.07. In Arizona, 27.15. In Texas, 38.79. And in New Mexico, 21.98. So we'll get the lower quotient and upper quotient, that, and we'll solve for geometric mean, which is square root of the lower quotient times upper quotient, and we will see the difference between the our base, which is the quotient, and the geometric mean. So in the first one, we will see that the quotient is lower than the geometric mean. Yeah. And you will examine all of that, and that will be this. So in California, the seats that will be appropriated will be 13. And in Arizona, which is gained a lot of population due to the Californian exodus because they are bordered with California. So this is the first state that people usually move outside of California via land. So they will get a 27 seats. In Texas, nothing really happened. In Texas, they still gained a seat from 38 to 39. So the final appropriated seat, which is 20. In Texas, it is interesting because they still get another seat from 38 to 39. So in New Mexico, they still get another seat from so the same situation in New Mexico, which is gained another seat from 21 to 22. So if you total that, it will total 101, which is the appropriated seats on this hypothetical situation, which is 101 seats. So this is quite interesting because California is going there. A lot of people, especially the business owners and the tax avoiders, because they want to pay less tax because California taxes a lot. So this will be interesting if this happens, that the Californian population will go from 30 plus million to only 10. I will be excited to see that. So the third problem, this is divorce to any politics, because in problem 3 we will compute the board of directors. So board of directors in corporation X. So this Huntington-Hill method can be used also in the private space, the private companies. So we will compute the seats in the board of directors, which totaled 15, and the major owners of their shares. So these major owners of their shares will be the ones who will decide the people that they will install in the board of directors. So we will have Japan Post, which is a government company in Japan. Tencent Holdings, which is, you can say it is a private company, but it's really not, because the Chinese government and their laws seems like they control still the private companies. You can see it in the internet, the Chinese law about Chinese companies in China. So the next one is Social Security Fund, where your pension will be going to, and they will invest it to other sectors, or in this case, in this corporation X. So the last one is Berkshire Hathaway. So this is a famous holding company, being managed by Warren Buffett. So in this hypothetical corporation, each players, the majority share owners of this company, have this amount of shares. So in this example, we use shares, not population, but in the world of business, if you own the share, essentially that is a stake on the company. So we will have that. Then if you total that, it will be 7,800. 7,800,000. So you will divide the 15 appropriated seats to the total population, which is 520,000. So we will compute the quotient, which is the 520,000, then we'll divide it with the each company's own shares owned. So this will be, so in Japan Post, they have 1.92. Tencent Holdings got 4.04. Social Security Fund got the highest, which is 5.77. and Berkshire Hathaway got 3.27. So same old process. In the quotient part, the lower quotient and the upper quotient, the rounding up and down. So that will be the result of that. Then we'll compute the geometric mean. Same old process. So upon seeing this, I can see that Japan Post have higher quotient than the geometric mean. Tencent Holdings got higher geometric mean than the quotient. Social Security Fund or Social Security Trust Fund have higher quotient than the geometric mean. Berkshire Hathaway have the same case with Tencent Holding, which is lower quotient than the geometric mean. So apply the concept that I have discussed earlier. So the final seats that appropriated from each majority share owners will be in Japan Post, which is 2, Tencent Holdings got 4, Social Security Trust Fund got 6, and Berkshire Hathaway got 3. So if you add all of that, it will be 15. So it is correct. 15 appropriated seats, 15 the total computation. So next problem. So this is another interesting simulation. So imagine Asia has its own European Union. Basically, I did here is add all the population of ASEAN countries plus a country. Oops. I don't know if it is really country or not because it is contested, but I will consider it as a country, which is the T word, Taiwan. I bet Winnie the Pooh will be angry to me and the CCP by saying that, but this is for educational purpose only. So I search all of their population. It's quite big. So we'll see it now. Wow. So if you add these populations, we will get 704 million 1 million. You will get 704 million 10,000 704 million 10,000 701. So in this hypothetical Asian version of European Union, they will get the total seats, which is 1,776, which is quite large because Asia is large in population. So if we divide the total population and the appropriated seats, this will be the answer. 396,402.42. So it's quite big also. So same old process, get the quotient of each country. So Indonesia got the biggest because it is the biggest population there, which is 704.17, then followed by the Philippines 283.83, Vietnam 249.63, Thailand, which is 176.79, Myanmar 139.32, Malaysia got 83.71, Cambodia got 43.31, Laos got 18.87, Brunei Darussalam got 1.12. So Singapore got 14.99, and Taiwan got 60.26. So we'll get the upper quotient and lower quotient, same old process, round down and round up. So that's the upper and lower quotient. So the geometric mean of these countries will be, in Indonesia we got 704.50. That's higher than the quotient. From the quotient, Philippines got 283.50. That is lower than the quotient. Vietnam got 249.50. That is lower than the quotient. Thailand got 176.50. Same case with Vietnam and Philippines, got lower than the quotient. Myanmar got 139.50. That is higher than the quotient. Malaysia got 83.50, which is higher than, which is lower than the quotient. So Cambodia got 43.50, which is higher than the quotient. Laos got 18.49, which is lower than the quotient. Brunei Darussalam got 1.41, which is higher than the quotient. Singapore got 14.49, which is lower than the quotient. And our favorite country, Taiwan, got 60.50, which is higher than the quotient. So same old process will be used here to get the final seats appropriated within this hypothetical Asian version of European Union. So this will be the answer. So nothing changed in Indonesia. Philippines got higher. Vietnam also got higher. Thailand got higher. Myanmar still the same, 139. Malaysia got higher, 1 point. Cambodia still the same, 43. Laos got 19. It gained 1. Brunei Darussalam, which is the most PT1 because it got only 1 seat appropriated. Singapore got 15 and Taiwan got 60. So if you total all of that, you got 1776. which is right on the mark, right on the mark on the appropriated seats to their to their to their hypothetical Asian version of European Union. So the next the next problem will be quite exciting because it is a current event and I want to throw some red meat here. So the next problem will be, ooh, Ukraine joins the Russian Federation simulation. So this problem will be pissing off some people today or tomorrow because it is quite a hot topic today around the world. So upon searching the population of these two countries, this will be the result. So Ukraine got 43,192,120 as of 2022, and Russian Federation got 145,805,944. So the total of that will be 188,998,064. So in this hypothetical unification of Ukraine and the Russian Federation, the appropriated seats is 400. This is only hypothetical because actually Russian Federation don't have House of Representatives. It is called by another name. Based on my research, this is anecdotal. It is called the National Assembly. I might be wrong about that, but comment down below if what is really the name of their equivalent to House of Representatives. So the quotient for this will just divide the total population to the seats appropriated, and that will be 472,495.16. So same process that we have gone through these problems. So we will get for Ukraine 91.41 and the Russian Federation got 308.59. So we'll get the lower quotient, which is rounding down the quotient. We got 91 for Ukraine and the Russian Federation got 308. And the upper quotient, Ukraine got 92 and Russian Federation got 309. So we'll compute the geometric mean. Same old process, just square root the upper quotient and lower quotient, and you will get the geometric mean. So in Ukraine, the geometric mean is 91.50, which is higher than the quotient, and Russian Federation got 308.50, so still lower. So we will get the seats appropriated by comparing the two, which is higher and lower. and add if it is quotient that is higher, and deduct, I mean, yeah, deduct if it is geometric mean. So we will just round down. So the final appropriated seats for Ukraine, if it is appropriated in the Russian Federation, got absorbed, will be 91, and the Russian Federation got 309. So in Russia Federation they gain seat. So just to check if it is correct, we got 400 here in the total, and it is correct that 400 is the appropriated seat. So guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get more educational videos. Well, I got offended. Some people might got offended about this, but I don't really care. This is for your education only. Don't involve your feelings. So that's it, guys. And the and the and the files and the sources for this video will be linked down below, especially the problem solving part, so that you can use it to your advantage. It's quite useful. It is quite useful. So that's it, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Always comment down below, because engagement is the key. While while YouTube is deleting the dislike button, comments is the key here. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.